Thank you so much.
Okay, enjoy being with you guys tonight. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, Coach.
You bet, guys.
Coach Kelvin.
Oh, Lord, Coach.
Hey, y'all, this is Ryan Monso, and this is Cats, the Cougar After Thoughts Show from GoCoogs.com. That wasn't very good. You didn't compete. You didn't play tough. And got the ending you deserved. 65-55. Illinois beats Houston. Guys, first reaction.
It was terrible. It was an absolute shit show.
Galen?
I thought it was paramount that we got off to a good start, especially with Wagler struggling early. I thought, we had ample times to capitalize and, kind of make the most of the basically the home court advantage that we had. But, they were just a better team. They out-rebounded us. They out-toughed us. They got to the line. That was a discrepancy, like 20-something to 2. But, I mean, they were attacking the paint, getting the ball to the paint, getting the ball to the middle. So they were the aggressor, and they got the benefit of the doubt with the whistle, too.
See, I don't think they did. I don't. You didn't deserve to shoot any free throws.
I'm saying if you attack, good things happen. It's like
right. Yeah. Well, we 100% agree on that.
Yeah. So
this was. I'm trying to think of like the worst season enders they've had in the last few years. Villanova, you missed a bunch of shots. That's it.
But I don't
Miami.
I didn't feel like we were like out of the game against Nova though. Like
right, you weren't.
Exactly. It was close. I felt like we were out of this game. Like I
felt
like they were
very early.
They were very like Illinois is very much in total control, and you got to think that we beat Illinois. What was it? That was a Sweet 16 a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken, right?
32, round of 32.
Round 32, and it's like Brad Underwood. You remember that was in San Antonio, right?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, it was in Pittsburgh.
Really? That's right. That's right. Elita was in San Antonio. Yeah, but you go remember that, and it's like he played like a guy who has something to. He coached like a guy who has some get back to get. So. Had his guys ready. No matter where you play in this tournament, you got to be ready to compete, regardless.
Villanova, Miami, Baylor. Miami, you got beat. They just beat you, and Baylor was way better than you.
Yeah, we had no chance. They were just a better team.
That team is not better than you. But if you're not going to go to the rack, if you're not going to compete.
And I thought Underwood had a really interesting defensive game plan.
Yeah.
Let them shoot wide open ass shots and wait till they miss. Have 5 guys that are just around the basket because sure as hell ain't going to make any. I mean, we missed shots that were completely and totally uncontested. And throughout the first, about the first 32 minutes, of the game, we refused to shoot it. We refused to attack the basket at all. I mean, at all. I think maybe Kingston got in there a couple of times. I know Milo's chunked up at least one of his left-handed ones. But outside of that, no, we just settled for jump shots. When you had the paint was there. They just acted scared the whole time. Scared to get the shot blocked, scared to miss, but they sure would shoot it and jack it anytime they were given an opening. It's like, guys, you're open because they're allowing you to be open. You are shooting shots exactly where they want you to shoot it.
Now, the Chris shots in the first half, I had no problem with those shots. They were all open. They were all in the flow. They just missed them.
I thought he pulled half of them too soon.
Well, I say that him having the first shot of the game be a 3, I wasn't a fan of that one.
I agree.
The middies is like, okay, you've more than earned the right to shoot those with confidence. And sometimes you may not get the bounce, but like I had no problem with him shooting those middies, especially when they were in the flow. It wasn't hesitant, it was decisive. So hindsight is 2020. We can look back and be like, yeah, you missed them, so you should have did this. But it's like in the Florida game, like those are good shots for him.
You took 64 shots, 7 of them were at the rim. Like, that's almost impossible to do.
Yeah.
Watching that first brick fest, the first 4 minutes, you could tell.
With 7 of them being at the rim, I mean, probably 5 of those were at the closing 5 minutes.
A step, yeah. And
I will say this: I was kidding about the defensive plan of letting us shoot open jumpers to an extent, but I will give Underwood credit. They played drop coverage off a pick and roll. Tonight they realized that you've got one point guard who can get to the paint, and you've got another one who refuses to, and they just attacked the ball. They weren't doing drop coverage, and it pushed us way back again, like it's done all freaking year. And next thing you know, we're sitting at the timeline with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock and nothing going on. But guess what? They leave us open to jack one up.
Yeah, it's like it's the lesser of two evils, because if it's no secret that we're a good offensive rebounding team, but Illinois, they have the positional size. Like they said they're the tallest team in Division I basketball. Like they got height all across the board. So it's like we're gonna depend on that same size to rebound and limit them to second chance points. And it's just like they out rebounded us. And clearly it was a good game plan, because they're going to the Elite Eight and we're going home.
Mm-hmm. And I see a lot of people say that we're the better team. I'm not going to say that. I didn't see anything that suggests we're a better team.
No, nothing.
I mean, I just feel like it just seemed like we almost kind of depended on, since we're close to home, finally, that should propel us. And it's just like, it might have been better if we, Coach Sampson, he always says, I love us on the road because we're in our own cocoon and there's no distractions. And it's just like, do you almost kind of wish that, maybe would it have been a different outcome? Would we had a different mindset had we been, closer to Illinois or somewhere else that wasn't Houston? So it makes you wonder.
Okay. Who cares?
Hey,
play tough. Saying, just play tough. Just play tough.
It's
you got to remember, Ryan, these kids are average probably 21 years old. The outside noise will get to you, man. It's regardless of how tough you are, regardless of how good the culture is, it'll get to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, you had it's most frustrating because you got a straight shot. You could not have ever asked for a better scenario of, you got to play tough games. So you're going to have to win games like this. But you've got a team that you should be able to beat virtually at home. And then all of a sudden, the path to the next round looks even more wide open. You're no longer looking at a showdown against Florida. You're looking at potentially a Nebraska or an Iowa, and Iowa ends up taking it. I mean, that's a straight shot to the Final Four. And you get to the Final Four, anything can happen.
I think Illinois is definitely. I see them going to the Final Four. I believe that's a real possibility for them.
Well, I mean, all they got to do is.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that's going to happen. Star Pizza.
Damn.
It's like, yeah. Let's do some
Hey,
comments real
but
quick.
hey, listen, before Chase McCarty,
Okay. Yeah, we're getting to that.
hey, he earned himself a lot of everything. My goodness.
Chase sure looked like he wanted to be there and wanted to take control of the next team. Pretty good. Lack of guard aggression was a problem all year. Yes. Started driving too little too late. Yes. Good season. Thank you, seniors. Thank you, Ryan, Brad, and Galen. Thank you guys for your work all season. Y'all made the season a lot of fun. Towns, Ryan, and Galen. Thank y'all, all of you.
Hey, we appreciate you too. One
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of our most consistent posters.
For sure.
Can we be real tonight? We need a guard coach, another Coach Quantis on staff, because Sharp and Uzan. I understand where you're coming from, but a coach is not going to play for you.
Right.
I mean, those guys. It's not like they're. I mean, they've never driven. They've never put the ball on the floor. They've never got to the rack. I mean, that's who they are. Milos. I think Milos was a huge bright spot last year because there was absolutely no pressure. He was the fourth option. All he had to do was take care of the ball. And then all of a sudden he finds himself wide open and he's in the flow of the game. You know, you get the ball to LJ. I mean, that was it. Get the ball into J1. You get a kick out? Great. I'm open.
Yeah.
Kick it over to E-Man. He's open. But I mean, a coach isn't going to turn a passive shooter from the outside into a driver, someone who's going to attack the basket. They are what they are.
Galen, do you think a coach?
If you're going to change that development, it's got to come early. And they've never been those types of players.
Do you think a coach can change a player's mentality at this point in their career?
You either got balls or you don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can change a guy's mentality, but like Tom was saying, last year you got LJ Cryer on one wing. You better not get out of arm's distance away from him. You got Emmanuel Sharp on another wing. So just off rip, you have so much more space as a guard, as opposed to, let's say, like you're Lowe's and you got Kingston. It's like, okay, I can give him a step and a half because I don't fear him as much. Then you got J1 on the block who, once the ball goes to him, everybody else is kind of attaching to their man because they know some sort of off-ball action is happening. So it's just like, it's a little different, and it's just like, I don't think that, I don't know if a guards coach probably could make a difference, but it's like, to what percentage of a difference would it wouldn't be that much, I don't think. It's more I think last year was more of a personnel thing. You had an NBA player, on that 3-point line. What you think, Ryan?
Fire the coaches, fire the players, fire everybody, and fire the NCAA. We've had a photographer at every game for 5 years. Tonight, they wouldn't let him on the floor to shoot a U of H game. I'm so sick of these people.
Well, he had
probably not get invited back next year either.
Yeah.
But yeah, credentialed as a photographer. Wouldn't let him on the floor. Appreciate y'all. You weren't changing Milo's or Emmanuel's stripes. Emmanuel's one of my favorite people ever in this program. But he did not develop as a leader of this team, of this young team. They needed
That shouldn't be his job, though. That's not his. That's like
Whose job should it be?
like with our team, like like Rob Gray. That wasn't Rob Gray. He was the best player. He wasn't the leader of that team. That should come from your lead guard. It is like it should especially come from your senior point guard. Above all else, that's where it needs to come from, regardless.
Well, I think there is a lot of, and I don't want to say blame, but I mean, let's be real.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. But I think both of them could have shouldered some of it. I'm talking about Emmanuel because he's been here for 5 years.
I get that, but it's like he's more of a complimentary leader. Like
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
He's not like the primary. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, like, I don't.
But it's okay to discuss both. Milos was I think in this moment it's hard to be satisfied with his senior season.
I mean, it's just especially after you go to the title game and the way he played the second half of the season, you test the NBA waters. That should give you confidence coming back to college, and you know what I'm saying? It should give you a little bit more like, I've been there before, So it's like you would expect more from a guy who had that type of exposure.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
It's like because that wasn't to the degree that it needed to be, other guys had to compensate. And it's like, well, it shouldn't have been their job in the first place. If we're being honest. So it's like, it was so many times where it would be other guys who turned the ball over, and I had nothing to do with the play. And Coach Sam's like, Galen, that's your fault. And it's like it always falls on your PG. Good, bad, or indifferent. It falls on your PG. So it's like we got to uphold that same standard. And it's like, man, it's on you. It's been on everybody else. It's like this is on you. Like you can't like, especially you playing for the first time in your home. Like the tournament is in your home. Hey, you gotta. You know what I mean? Hey.
I mean, you literally took a bus here and it never touched the freeway.
Yeah.
Even in traffic, it took 25 minutes. And we know in Houston, driving 25 minutes is literally like a quarter mile. I mean, there will never, ever be a path to the Final Four set up as good as it was this time. And you didn't capitalize. And, it's a shame. It's, it's hard to imagine, but, here we are.
Just looking at comments, we're going to get back to some, but I knew we were in trouble when the first foul was called on Tugler. I went to a late lunch with my mother, and I said, if JoJo gets a foul, and she was here, her first NCAA tournament game.
Hold on, you need to make sure you clarify. Whenever you looked up, you weren't saying she was here looking down from heaven. That was where her feet were.
Yeah, you said
it was good having lunch with you, Mom.
You said late lunch. I don't know why I thought you said late mother. I was like, damn.
Yeah, my late mother. Damn. And I told her if JoJo gets a foul in the first minute, just go on back to the parking garage. It's over. Now, I didn't realize there were going to be 7 massive bricks around that.
Well, dude, JoJo could have fouled out before 4 minutes.
Boy, that second, he got off on a foul. He raked the guy across the face. I mean, it looked like a wrestling move. When I saw Pettigrew was officiating, I knew we were toast. You had another guy, Salzik, who's a Big Ten ref. He was one of the refs in the Purdue game last year, and could have cost you there. And I don't think he cost you tonight. I really don't think it was a ref thing.
I gotta say, man, I thought the whistle was fair. honestly, I thought the whistle was in our favor because we got away with some stuff, but I think they got called on some really ticky-tack fouls.
Yes. And I will say that I think Illinois traveled like 4 really obvious times.
That's just where college basketball is now. It's turning into the NBA on that. It's only going to get worse. But I mean, if we're looking at, I can't really complain about us only getting to the line 2 times, or I can't put that on the referees. I mean, two free throws. How is that fucking possible? I mean, that I don't understand, and it's not the referee's fault. It's not because they were blowing. No. We didn't give them a chance.
Right. I agree. Thank y'all for the post-game show this season. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, we would still do it in if nobody was here, but
I don't know about that.
It makes it a lot more fun whenever people are here. I think everybody watching and participating makes it a hell of a lot of fun. Even if I do get mad at y'all sometimes.
He does get mad at you sometimes.
I get mad at a lot of stuff. I was mad at the doctor today.
That's what makes the community a community. We don't always agree, but hey, we're still here. Man.
Towns went to get his ass checked up and got mad at the doctor. I wish there was a win tonight and we could really get into that.
No, because they didn't do that because they didn't do anything. I had to drive across freaking town just to do something that could be done over the phone. They asked me 5 questions. Okay, come back. We'll come back next month.
I don't think they can check your asshole out on the phone. That's just my thought.
They didn't check anything. They just asked questions.
I just want Galen to do the hand over the face. Hate to see it end on such a bad night.
In the Toyota Center, man. In the Toyota Center.
I hate this place. If you never play here ever again, I am perfectly happy. To get anywhere in this place, you have to go up like 7 flights of stairs, and I just hate this place.
In,
it's so
get your steps in.
The step. I did 3 hours at football practice, and then here for the last 7 hours. My steps are in. We good. 8 hours. Starters next year. Transfer point guard. You have some names on a list. Mercy, Chase, JoJo, Arafan.
Please.
I'm not ready to put Arafan in that starting lineup.
Eliminate all thoughts of Chris Cenac returning. They won't allow it.
It's over.
He's gone.
Did I miss Cenac in there? Oh, sorry. Praise Cenac.
He's gone.
No.
I mean,
everybody.
He shot terrible tonight. But,
the willingness that he had to take those shots is all.
Put those shots in 10 boards.
His ability, his rebound was, I mean,
honestly,
he's the best rebounder we've had in a long time.
Since Josh Carlton, probably.
Yeah.
But no, Cenac, that ship has sailed. Don't get caught young.
That's fine.
Yeah, go get your money. Go be a professional.
Guys that are considered to be one and done, not Terrence Arsenault. Guys who were legit lottery picks in high school. Guys who would be lottery picks coming out of high school who come to your program. If you bring them here and improve them, that's exactly what you want. That's a feather in your cap. And I think Chris has proven that he's one of those guys.
I think like real lottery picks, like real one and done guys, it don't matter where they go.
Right.
Like if you're a one and done guy, you can go to TSU, you can go to Kentucky, you can go, like it don't matter. You're gonna be up out of there in 1 year. Like, yeah, Chris is a real one and done guy. Kingston is a real one and done guy.
So sad knowing Kelvin's time with us is running out. Kingston's fall off needs to be studied. Since the start of the 3-game losing streak, he has stopped attacking the rim.
His fall off needs to be studied.
So does mine. Hi guys, I feel depressed about this loss. How are y'all doing? Okay. Nobody got to the rack. You got big boy tonight. So I had a kind of a theory about last year's team that they were afraid of height, like it intimidated them. And I think you saw it again tonight. Brad said you were afraid to get your shot blocked. Everything was fade away or fall back. It just feels like this team is tough all year until they see a little size, and I didn't think it was that great. I blame the inflated balls. Okay. It shouldn't take you 35 minutes to decide, oh shit, maybe I should drive the lane.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with that.
I mean, and see, a lot of discussion has centered around that. Oh well, teams are making it hard for us to do that. Yeah, no shit. U of H makes it hard for everybody to drive the lane. Teams are still going to do what they can to get to the paint. Doesn't matter who you are. You know, that's the goal of basketball, is keep people away from the basket. If you don't have the guards who can't get to the paint or who refuse to get to the paint, that's
You're
a
gonna have a bad team. That team is gonna struggle to score.
And we're a really good team that struggled to score.
Thank God for defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, imagine if we truly took a big step back defensively.
We'd be BYU. Damn near. You'd have to count on offense to win, huh? Gotta outscore you. You might score 90 points and lose.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. When we get to this level, when you get to the elite level, you've got to be able to score when it counts. And we just didn't have that this year. I mean, you saw it against Iowa State. You saw it against Arizona twice. Arizona at home. I mean, hell, we got piped at home twice this year.
I mean, granted, it was against some guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It was against
but
guys.
at some point you have to beat those guys.
I mean,
and this team didn't.
That's the level we're expecting to play at.
Yeah.
The only elite team you beat this year was Tech when they had Toppin, and you did it at home.
Well, you can throw in Arkansas if making the Sweet 16.
I mean, a December game,
You beat them.
You did.
How about this?
But
if they would have lost to a Q3 game in December, that shit would have mattered.
Yeah, but I mean, beating Arkansas matters. But I don't think Arkansas is an elite team.
You got to concede on this one, man.
Okay, but that's fine. But I don't think they're elite. I don't think they're elite. I think Iowa State is. I think Tech before Toppin went down was. Arizona is, I think, the best team in the country.
Is Florida elite?
I think so. I think they got beat. They got beat.
The thing is,
but I think they're pretty elite.
As much as I put more weight towards the end of the season, everybody in the world of college basketball gives credit to playing an elite team in December.
Okay. I don't care. Chase McCarty looked like the only guy on our team who really wanted it. I love his competitiveness. his fire, like that. He has the DNA is there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting how when we asked HP, when they felt like they took who do we just play? A&M?
Yeah.
Yeah. Took their will, and he was like, whenever we got those rebounds, and then Chase started screaming.
Yeah.
And it's just like that intensity, that energy, like it means something, especially when it's genuine. And I'm excited for his development going forward. But I wish he would have never had an injury. He'd probably be way further along, but he always impacts the game whenever he's on the court. And it's usually positive. The kid, he may what he lacks in size, height wise, he makes up for it with his heart. And it's just, he'd be battling, man. You're going to get his best effort every time he steps on the court.
And he also seems to be a guy with the mentality that can be your vocal leader.
Carry guys with him. Exactly.
He's the guy, or at least shows that possibility of being someone who could really put his arms around a team and drag them with him. Because you gotta, it's nice to have, and you've been a part of it, Galen. It's nice to have leaders who lead by example.
Yeah, for sure.
But you gotta have a heart and soul vocal leader. You gotta have a Galen Robinson. You gotta have a Deaky. You gotta have a Jamal. You've got to have what J1 turned into last year, even when on his old broken man legs. You've got to have somebody.
It has to be a clear cut. Like, it can't be up for discussion. It has to be a clear cut. Okay, this is, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And you didn't have that. I hate that I'm ready for next year already. Well, you don't have any more this year, so getting ready for next year.
Next year's going to be really, really interesting.
It's going to bring about its own challenges, just because it's going to be the first time we've had a team like we're going to have next year. It's crazy. Been a whole lot of firsts recently.
So it's going to be we're looking at a full Control Alt Delete reset. I mean, JoJo's the only guy coming back. Maybe.
No, he's back. It would be shocking if he's not.
He's your only upperclassman that's going to be back. So
Mercy will be a junior. I know he's still young for going into a junior year, but
young for a junior.
He's young. But Chase will be a sophomore. Still has 3 years in the program. Next year is more interesting to me, fascinating than this year was going into it. Like, you had the two freshmen, and that's kind of interesting. But next year is a reset, and there's a lot of talk about Kelvin leaving. And the reset is the reason I don't think he's doing it, because I don't think you put Kellen in that situation. I believe this contract Kellen has is a 3-year deal. And if you put him in this bad a situation as a first-year head coach, you're burying him. And I just don't think that's happening. I think Kelvin's here another year. But I would be surprised if next year wasn't it or right on that doorstep. GoCoogs Illinois was better. Yes. I still love my Cougs and what they have accomplished this year. Do y'all think our offense will be better or worse next season? I don't know how you could even answer that. We choked. Here's why I think this is wrong. That team played better than you.
Yeah.
Like, even if you shot the ball better, they're the best. They were better. They went on a 4-minute scoreless drought to end the game, or no field goals in the last 4 minutes, and still won by 10.
I still think it was a choke job. The way they
You
shot the
think
ball in the first half.
This game was a choke job.
Absolutely. I mean, you had wide open shots. It's not like they were forcing you into, hand in your face, pressuring the hell out of you. I mean, you had wide open looks and you just missed. It's okay.
I think you really had wide open looks. You couldn't have asked for anything more than they gave you early in the game.
Yeah. And missed everything.
I
think Kingston actually airballed a finger roll.
I think he the guy like swiped up I remember that.
Yeah, he did. It went across the rim.
Yeah.
And from where I was sitting, it looked like he got fouled, but I looked at it again and it's like, well, no, he didn't. That was just bad. Not as bad as the 30 air balls in the first game here tonight, but bad. Did you read this earlier, Brad? Can we be real tonight? We need a guard coach.
Yes.
You did? Okay. Just unstar those when you do read them, because that would be helpful. Do y'all think we will see a roster constructed this way again? No.
What do you mean this way?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Young. You got caught young because you shot your shot a year ago. Like, you put all your chips on a table and said, we're going to take this shot. And it didn't. You were a bucket short.
I don't think that at all. I don't think
Which
it was.
part?
I think last year they just got lucky.
How would we construct the roster different this year? How would we construct the roster different?
Well, you would have more continuity going into next year is, I think, the way. So someone like a Milos you got for 2 years, maybe you could have found somebody for 3 or more freshmen a year ago.
The guys that you would, the multi-year guys that you would look to bring in from the portable, if they were coming in this year, kind of like how Pop Isaac was, they're not coming because Milos came back, E-Man's back. You've got an all-world freshman point guard coming in, so you're not going to transfer so you can sit the bench. I mean, the people aren't even doing that for Kansas.
Yeah.
Goal's not to come back. I mean, you can go play anywhere.
Everybody thinks they should be a starter.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're not I just don't see where you could find a sophomore or junior willing to sit behind 2 senior guards and a true freshman and a 5-star. Now, maybe if you scroll it back a year and a half ago and you don't recruit one of the 3 elite freshmen,
and I think Kingston was a bit of a surprise for a lot of people this year too.
Yes.
So it's not like you knew that this kid was going to be a lottery pick. It's just, damn, you kind of took that by the horns. So, you probably thought he'd probably be a 2-year guy, but I mean,
yeah, until he beat that Final Four team, Auburn. Final Four of the NIT, by the way.
I mean, I think the expectation was, of course, would be Harwell would be in Kingston's place.
Yeah.
So that just gives you another shooting guard, basically, or a guy that plays the small 4 or small 4.
A goose egg from the Astros on opening day, and Espada shows up to help us lay an egg. I saw a tweet that said that, quote, tweeted a picture of him and said, no wonder we can't score.
Man.
1 second. Galen, don't we have a birthday coming up? Did I miss it?
No,
It's the 31st. It's Tuesday,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know why I always think it's the 27th.
The big 2-9.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the last one, dude. You don't count anymore after that. After 30, you stop counting.
It's down there. It's downhill from there.
No, you just hold on to that because that's when that's when things get.
Yeah, man. It's the big 2-9. Unbelievable, man. Time flies, and I know y'all probably are like, look at this guy just thinking time flies. Wait till you're my age. It's like, man, this flown for me too.
No. Hey, I've been there.
Ryan,
I will warn you. It does seem like it speeds up.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it seems like that now. Okay.
5 years ago, my hair was totally dark, Galen. I'm not saying it's going fast, but damn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Power walk.
Go get a big man, another shooter, and a dog point guard from the portal. Yeah.
Just imagine,
I'm 100%.
You do realize everybody wants that. Like everybody wants that, bro. You know how hard that is to get. Like,
Galen, if you just went and started dating a billionaire, I think your life would be easier.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, they are gonna lick their wounds and then go into that portal in the next week, and I think you'd be very happy with what you see coming out.
I don't even think they're going to lick their wounds. I think I would be surprised if you got the guys up there tomorrow putting work in.
Yeah.
I'm not talking
Ryan, any speculation, Ryan?
Patterford.
Huh?
Patterford. Thomas from LSU and UNLV. He got in the portal today. I think it was today.
Yeah.
And LSU is so trash right now. I'm so disappointed. They didn't even announce they were firing McMahon. They just started posting shit about Will Wade. Didn't even give the guy the dignity of "you're fired." Just, hey, look at our new coach.
That's crazy. Still got to pay him though, huh?
Well, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I'd imagine he'd want that. What's the most disappointing you guys have been in the last 10 to 12 years? Football, basketball, whatever.
Saying basketball has been a disappointment is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, from a loss, like the Florida loss to a lot of people, that was a huge. I get.
See, those don't bother me.
Like,
yeah,
you're losing in the last. Like, I mean, I get it, but would you rather not make the tournament? It wouldn't have the last
the lost opportunities. I mean, it's whenever. It's when you lose to like Texas State in football.
Yeah, that's a disappointment. Like, yeah, you lost to Florida.
Yeah.
With 12 years would put UTSA football 2024 in that. That's pretty bad. But I don't think I didn't expect it from that particular coach.
That's tough.
I'm just trying to think of things that are really disappointing.
Shout out to the baseball team, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to them boys,
baseball.
man. Shout out to them boys.
Losing, Connor's got it. Losing to Rice in football. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Were you disappointed? It's surprising, but
I was disgusted.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah. When was the last disappointing loss that we had? Like that was just like
San Diego State.
See, I don't think that was as bad as you think it was.
I look like that. I don't think that was like.
But that tells you the level the program is.
Exactly.
Yeah. A tournament team you lost to in November.
Pimple 56-55. Damian Dunn. I mean, there haven't been that many in basketball, and frankly, there might be too many to count in football. I think Arizona last year, you kind of laid an egg there. TCU laid an egg. But I think the most disappointed I was when Dana got a contract extension.
Yeah.
Dean Thomas. I can never remember his first name. I cannot remember it.
And, what does he do to impact winning? That's the question I have.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question.
That's the question going forward. What does this guy do to impact winning?
Here's what I want. I don't know the players who possess this, but I want some hard hitting motherfuckers who are going to attack the basket relentlessly. Screw this waiting for jump shots. Screw that crap. I want people to attack. You get a big man. I want somebody that's going to go rip the glass out of the back or rip the rim out of the glass.
You know what kid who I didn't think he was that good, but his mentality. I mean, I think I've said this before, but the kid from Kansas, the Council, he's not good, but he is so damn tough that it makes him a great player. Like his greatest weapon is his mentality and his will, and he's just so like he don't mind getting dirty, man. He if it's smoke, he at the front lines. I'm a fan of kids like that. Not so uncool, so uncool.
Can I get y'all to answer a difficult question?
Please.
Can we assess Kingston's viability to return if there's a chance?
None.
How about this? You got a better chance smoking a cigarette underwater than him coming back.
I think there's
smoke a cigarette underwater, and I'll convince Kingston he should return, and he'll do it.
Okay. History won't remember this group compared to other previous teams. They didn't win a regular season or tournament title. Yeah. I mean, the standard is ridiculously high, but it is what it is.
Well, you remember this team has the team who have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, but
it's different in their own merit.
Yeah, but I mean, personally, I don't care. I mean that's great for their careers, but for this particular thing, I don't care. I don't care. But good for them. Go get your money.
Please.
Go get it. It was a good season. The team did well. The issue is we don't have the true killer type score killer we've had the past few years. We've regressed from a rebounding point of view. I don't know about the second part. I just have to think about it some. We don't have a true killer scorer, and we've regressed from a rebounding point of view. I agree with the first part.
Which
completely agree.
Until the first part is until what?
We don't have a true killer type scorer.
I mean,
not on this team.
Are you disagreeing, or what's going on, Galen?
I do disagree.
Okay.
But I mean,
who do you think that killer was this year?
I definitely think if you have a freshman that gets you 40 at Texas Tech University,
I think we're talking more consistency than
but
anything.
it's just like but scoring it's more so the willingness to take shots, and it's like I feel like Kingston definitely has that. I feel like he has that mentality, but whether the ball goes in or not, I mean, it's not
honestly,
really.
Man, I would have preferred if we just allowed Kingston to take 20 shots every game.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
frankly,
we could do without 11 shots from certain players.
But so how about this? What killer scored in recent memory do you guys think of? And let's see if he's had a bad game or not.
Well, I mean,
we know they have.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's because we can't have recency bias because this game.
No. It's not about that, and I think Kingston has been that. But to be
what you're missing is your go-to when things get tough, guys who are going to get big, tough buckets. And usually those guys are going to be your veteran guys like LJ, guys like Sasser. When Jamal turned the corner and he said, "Fuck it, it's on me. Get in my backpack. I'm going." Kingston has that ability. I don't think he had the latitude to do that here. Not this year.
Yeah.
And I think it comes from, like the thing that I thought that after the thing that we struggled with last year for the first half of the year is a lot of guys kind of looking at each other and say, "Hold on, you or me, you, me," until somebody just said, "Screw it, I'm taking over." Like J1 did that at the beginning of conference last year. Said, "Give me the ball. We're going to make something happen."
I mean,
there are 7 TV crews doing live or tape spots, I guess, on the court right now. I've never seen this many. Anyways, on to football season. Thank you, Richie Rich. Richie Rich.
I
like it.
We were too passive this year. That's all there is to it.
Nebraska had the loudest fans of the evening. Told you all that last weekend. They were crazy. That Nebraska-Iowa game was pretty damn awesome. At least I got to see that. Awesome's a word. They shot the ball well. I walked right before U of H's game started. I walked down into the media center, and Fred Hoiberg was down there trying to explain how his team only had 4 guys on the court when they gave up a bucket and really kind of crapped their whole night. But I don't know how nobody notices you only have 4 guys. You've got 40 managers and 6 analysts and 3 assistants and 10 guys on the bench and nobody noticed. Anything else happens and they're all doing the circle, but they can't notice there's only 4. I feel like Milos had a tough time playing with Flemings. Yeah. May have even hurt his draft stock.
I don't think it has any. I think that's a bullshit line of thinking. Look, when Milos had the ball at the point, he still had the ball at the point. Didn't change from last year to this year. A lot of times Kingston was off the ball, gave Milos the ball at the top. I mean, you see it every time. It's trying to get his guy to the pick and roll, and next thing you know, he's by the sideline. That has nothing to do with Kingston. I just think he's too passive as a point guard.
I mean, I see what they're trying to say is like there was never a time where Los was on the floor last year and the ball wasn't in his hands.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean? So it's like this year you playing off, you're used to having it's like might be tough to adjust, but it's like still you should be able to play off someone who's breaking down the defense and be able to create against, like a closeout or something. Like, yeah, you should be able to. But, I mean, man, tough pickings. Tough.
Have you guys all given up on Harwell?
Not at all.
I think he can be an All-American if he stays healthy. I promise. He's playing, not playing. It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Other guys stepped up. Chase McCarty. You had the choice of those 2 guys. Who did you I mean, Chase was the obvious call at the end of the year. I don't think that was ever wrong.
I mean,
Yeah.
Harwell's having, he didn't get a summer. He didn't get a fall. He's so far behind.
Yeah.
And you're catching up to Chase McCarty, who's been here 2 years and has a mentality that you haven't developed yet.
Isaiah was just at a competitive disadvantage. And, you could probably say this year he's probably been in a situation that he's never been in. He's probably been the best player on every team he's been on, started on every team he's been on. And now you got guys who really are some guys, and it's just a little different. So it's not an easy transition, let alone into a program like ours.
I mean, you've got not every McDonald's All-American plays like an All-American in their freshman year. I mean, Kingston made things look real easy.
Too easy.
Unreal. Freshman class across the country made things look too easy, but they're also, at this point considered to be one of the best freshman classes in the history of the game.
Yeah.
That anybody can remember. Now, time will tell because, there's a couple of freshman classes out there that produced some greats. But Harwell's just going through it. That's just part of it.
They'll do their exit interviews over the next few days. And the staff typically challenges the guys that are coming back. You need to do this. We need to see this from you. And he's going to get that. And it's going to be, you need to develop in this way. Chase, that's a blueprint for you. You can be a guy like that coming off the bench. Maybe you could start, but he's going to get that conversation and have some things to chew on going into their off season of May, basically. And then, they'll be right back at it June 1st. You're 2 months away from starting next year.
Chase he's in such a great position because the position he be in has such a great success rate. When the ball is passed to you, shoot it, play with energy and rebound. Make a miss, it's a good shot. You're not like your guy who's we're gonna go to for ISO buckets and this and that it's just that's a very nice role for him. And it's I feel like that role fits him and it's kind of similar to Damian Dotson. I don't want to, but yeah, let me just stop. Let me stop there. But yes, it's a good role for Chase. Good role for Chase.
You're not comparing. You're not saying that the player.
It's he has a role you can build on.
Right.
The more comfortable he gets, the more he adds to his game, and it's the more freedom he gets, and it's it's a good foundation to build on, man, with his skill set and his work ethic. So.
Last show I asked you guys if you guys were worried about the 3-point shooting. This is why. This one hurts. Thanks for a great season, fellas. Love y'all.
Hey,
shooting comes and goes.
Shooting, dog shit. What are you talking about? It was all dog shit.
Yeah.
Except for the free throws.
Elite free throw shooting tonight. Tremont Mark had a gutsy game tonight. He did. Obviously, I didn't get to watch all of it, but what I saw, he left it out there. That's the kind of guy that this team could have used.
Not really, because he quit and left. So,
well, I 100% agree on that. 100%. He did quit. I don't know why. No one ever told me. I never asked. But, yeah. We picked a bad time to play the worst game of the season. It's as simple as that. Yeah. If I Slam a Jamma couldn't win one, what makes Houston special now? Last year was the year for Houston. Makes me sad Houston couldn't close it out for Coach Sampson. Might be drinking a little.
Yeah.
Will this program ever finally do it?
Nope. Quit now. Shut it down.
If your mentality is national title or bust, your mentality sucks and you will never be happy. Basketball is about the journey. It's always going to be about the journey. And if you want to talk about this journey wasn't as good, that's fine. But national title or bust, I don't like it.
It's the last thing, man. It's the final.
It is, but it's this tournament is so goofy with how you get paired and
yeah.
I mean, if you were sitting here
It's the luck
a
of
week ago and thinking, "Oh crap, we win 2 games and we have to go to Houston and play basically their home game." Okay, but Illinois just did it. Iowa beat what I thought was a better Nebraska team. Now you're going to have whatever, Elite 8 game here.
Yeah.
Samson should start recruiting Europeans. Ducks.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
No, please don't.
Hey, all I was saying is there's a noticeable skill gap between like European bigs and like they're just better. I feel like personally they're better all around players.
Okay. Well, playing
you could
pro
say that
ball
for
a few
Europe.
years helps.
You could say that about Europeans.
Yeah, it's just like in the first, like I think the interior passing that I was like, damn, like he made that.
They don't have an AAU. It's all about me circuit,
And they don't have athleticism, so it's like you got to level the playing field. You got to develop touch. You got to be able to pass. You got to be able to shoot. So it's like,
it's part of the way that they're developed. I mean, they train a different way. They're playing team basketball their entire career. They don't have, 2 different skill coaches and play against cones for, half the time and then go out and get mine in AAU and cut mixtapes. They're going out and usually playing for professional by the time they're 12 years old.
In the system.
Yeah. Yeah. And then go and trying to show out for their national team.
Their grassroots is
Just a completely different deal.
They just know how to play. Like,
yeah.
Better feel for when they cut. Bet like it's, yeah. No knock to anybody, but that's just I wrote that down like that, like they're like the kid, David, that's his first name, Mikovic. Like they allow him to he's a freshman. They allow him to initiate the offense.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I see why.
Talking about most disappointing days when we had game day versus UCF.
Oh man. People
Still proud of this team. Kansas State beating the Houston 40, I think it's 41-0. I was there. It was the day Dana gave me that deer in the headlights look like. And then Monday came back, or maybe it was that day, it said this game didn't make sense to us.
Didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense.
Which is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard a coach say. And I've heard some dumb coaches. SMU lost 2016. Yeah.
That was
Didn't Deedon Thomas reject us 2 years in a row? Well, no, you didn't ask for him last year. And 2 years ago, you went and got Milos, and yeah. What disappoints me about Houston is the mediocre fans and students with low standards.
Low support, high standards.
Yeah.
Hey man, they're always open to accepting big old fat checks. So if it's national title or bust, that's where it needs to come from. It's got to have the cash to back it.
Crowd was good tonight. They wanted to get into this game so bad. They were as anxious as the team was early. Just wasn't happening. Will this program ever finally doing it? Why isn't anybody talking about Cordell? Dude has been in the program for 3 years. Let the boy cook. He knows the culture.
He was injured.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason he didn't play. You're not talking about him because he hasn't been available. He's here. He practices, but hadn't been able to play. Great season. Thanks, Cougs. Let's thaw out over the summer and hit it again. Thanks, guys, for being here this year again, too. See you in November. We'll be here September 5th for football. Brad will be here all summer talking conspiracy theories and spider monkeys.
Hey man, we got a long portal. We got a long shopping list for the portal. We got some football cooking. You know, we're going to figure some things out. We're going to have some nice little fireside chats. I mean, it's too damn hot. Who needs to be outside? Come chill out and hang out on Sunday nights. Just shoot the shit, talk some ball.
Talk some ball. Talk some ball.
I mean, we could peruse the portal and dream if I had $1 billion, this is the guy I would get. I want some violent dudes.
Brad.
Wait, what?
It'd be scary if you had $1 billion.
Oh,
violent
dude,
what?
I said we need some violent dudes. I'm talking about
dudes.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that.
I heard nudes. I was like, but your thing makes a lot more sense.
I mean, you got to get that. We're missing that Deaky savage mentality. Didn't have it at all this year.
Yeah.
You know, I miss seeing the big flex from J1 or the too small. We didn't have enough. We didn't have enough swagger. Now Kingston brought some of it.
Yeah. Damn.
Chris was just scratching the surface, and that kid's going to be good.
Yeah.
You watch it right now. When he gets to the NBA, he's going to turn into the big fundamental.
I could see that. And give him 3 or 4 years, yeah.
I just hope he goes through a situation.
But somebody's going to unlock him in the NBA where he's going to start backing people down and playing more in the post and develop a back to the basket game to go along with every. I mean, he's got the face up game without a doubt. But he's going to have that. He's going to be dangerous when he starts getting more comfortable with his back to the basket and puts him on more weight and more strength.
Would love your thoughts on, as the rumor has it, UNC is interested in Kelvin.
They're interested in anybody who has
that would be shocking.
UNC is going to be, well, I mean, TJ at Iowa State's already said pound sand.
Yeah. I don't.
There was a
think
time,
there's much to it.
There was a time where there were certain schools that you needed to be at to have the type of success that you want. That's not the case anymore. I mean,
and if it was, UNC is not really that school anymore.
one of the hottest stats that I keep seeing on Twitter is this is the first time in 72 years that the Sweet 16 did not include Kansas, Kentucky, UCLA, or North Carolina, the bluest of blue bloods, and throw in Indiana in there too. Those were places that you had to be. Now, I mean, there's a lot of, shit. You got Illinois that's got a straight path to the Final Four.
Iowa,
anything can happen there. Arizona is doing. They're the odds-on favorite, but I mean, UConn's the power now. UConn's kind of the new blue blood, if you would. You could do it here in Houston. Seven Sweet 16s in a row. I mean, Caleb, you're the one that started it. It's all your fault. You made us think that a year cannot end until we get to the Sweet 16.
Hey, Coach Sampson always said if you get to that second weekend, you're only 40 minutes away from being 40 minutes away, and then anything can happen.
Yeah.
I will never forget him saying that.
I too will never forget. Was it me or was Sacco's minutes cut substantially? No, it's not you. They were. He played 8 minutes.
And it's nothing against Sacco. It's
no
dictated.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bunch of guys who couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat, and so you got to get. I think McCarty took a lot of the minutes there.
Yeah. And I think one thing that the announcers were pointing out, they were like whenever Sacco was hedging, their guards were just getting around him, and it's just like you can't allow penetration from the top of the key. Like you gotta be able to stop the ball.
I had a couple more I wanted to look at. Illinois is 11th nationally in free throw percentage, but they did not look at tonight. No, Keegan Wagler missed a couple of the front ends, which you just can't. I mean,
Boswell,
he
had a chance to put our lights out and gave us a little bit of a hope with about a minute and a half left.
Well, he barely hit the front of the rim, if I remember.
And I was like, when he got the ball after he missed those two, I was like, follow him again. Like, what do we wait for so long for? Like, follow him again. Get it while it's hot.
Get it while it's hot.
Keaton Vogler.
All right, Galen steps out. We go to the little video. We're going to put a couple of thoughts together real quick. While we're here on Kansas, is Bill Self retiring, Brad?
Wouldn't surprise me. But then again, it would surprise me if he comes back next year.
I mean, at some point, you're making $13 million a year. That's a lot of money. But it also, at some point, you have enough to go live your life and try to recapture your health.
Well, but that's.
I think you just have to have a guy in hand before he walks out the door.
It's a bad year to do it.
Yeah, it's
a real bad year to do it.
Yeah. To pair Bill Self, April 23rd.
Ooh, look
Puddin'
at that.
Wrestling, Ultimate Puddin' Wrestling. The Thrilla in vanilla.
That's a whole lot of pudding.
Drink, food specials, and much more at the Ritz, the Gulf Freeway. Brad will be there. We're going to actually bring a whole bunch of Cocoa Krispies. Brad, pudding and Cocoa Krispies. It's going to be making weird sounds, and it's pudding. Get you some pudding wrestling from the Ritz. Yeah, Mom, we're talking about that.
Hey, pudding is delicious.
So many things have to go right to play in the national championship game. Having expectations to win it every year will rot your enjoyment. Yes.
I mean,
expectations are the thief of happiness.
I mean, last year comes down to we got a really, really fortunate call against Purdue, and then we made a hell of a play on an inbounds pass to win it. We needed a miracle comeback against Duke.
Huge miracle.
Game. We needed a miracle in Kansas.
Yeah.
Ball's going to bounce in difficult ways. And I know this game sucks, and there's nothing that's going to change my mind for saying it's still a choke job and it's terrible. It's a horrible loss that should never have looked this way. One thing to lose is another thing to lose like this. But we're in the Sweet 16 every year. You know, there's only one team that wins a national title. But it says something about this program that this is a bad year. Losing to a 3 seed as a 2 seed, of course, albeit you lost at home. But you did it in the Sweet 16. This isn't getting bounced in the first round by an 11 seed, 12 seed. You know, this is not, I mean, dropping one against somebody like Texas A&M, which happens.
Yeah.
You know, you're in it every single year. We might not have the highest of highs, although we do, but we don't have that final trophy. But we're giving ourselves a shot every single year. And there's nobody in college basketball that puts themselves in a better position year after year for the last 7 years than U of H.
Agreed. Brad and I have been talking this over for some time.
The Thriller in vanilla.
Oh, doesn't that sound amazing? Doesn't that sound like something you need to be a part of? The Thriller in vanilla.
I wonder if they got butterscotch.
Looks like they have chocolate on them.
Fucking butterscotch. Nobody likes butterscotch.
Can't win with guys who like butterscotch. Son,
No.
Type of guy to get coaches fired. Soft.
Butterscotch. Jesus.
Soft.
So Brad and I have been talking. And Galen, you're fired. You're out.
I figured.
You're gone.
Figured my time was. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, you're out. No, Galen's got to go. He's got to get up. So we appreciate you, Galen. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Obviously, April 23rd.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be there, but it's been a great season. Hell of a ride, man. Now, I feel like us doing this show makes the years go by faster. Like,
which is good and bad.
Yeah, it's good and bad, man. Before you know, we'll be doing the first show next year, and it's like it will be the last show next year. And it's like, damn. But all right, y'all. Catch y'all boys on the flip side. Love y'all, Coug Nation.
All right. Thank you, Galen.
All right, y'all.
All right, man.
He's fired. Kingston got a better chance coming back than Galen is to be at Thrilla in vanilla. That's probably true. Put me in, coach. I'm in. Time to eat my sorrows away. No way this is... but it is 23rd annual. You know what that means, Brad? They've done it 22 times before.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having the Thrilla in Manila, but in vanilla for 23 straight years. That don't happen. I thought we had something going there until Underwood challenge. That was a pretty good challenge.
I mean, the lead into halftime when he dumped three foul, was it 3 or 4 fouls?
3, I believe. I think they had 3. And he dumped 3, and then Kingston hit a line drive.
Yeah, and you pulled the game to 2 points. That was your opportunity right there to take control coming out of half.
Mm-hmm. And then you got to stop, and you tied the game, and then...
Yeah.
I mean, it was right there. Right there. Happens. Somehow everybody's arguing about Texas State in the comments. It's, I don't know.
We're not even going to talk about it. Just you want to come in and just start talking shit, you're gone. Ain't got time for that.
I mean, if you're talking the right shit, it's fine. But if you're just trolling, Only time I've cried after a loss was Southern Miss 2011. Boy, that was a kick. Met several Nebraskans that also hate Dana. I was looking around for him tonight because Matt Rule was here, and I thought maybe he'll tag along. I guarantee you Dana's in town, just didn't want to get booed and have to just be in the stands for it or in a box or whatever. That's fine. Towns, do you want to preview your summer show? Do you want to give us your wildest conspiracy theory?
Oh, man, if there's a conspiracy theory out there, I believe it.
Okay.
I mean, hey, look.
That's a good preview.
Apparently, this is the way things are now. Aliens are real, and nobody blinks an eye at it. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Is that it?
I'm running out of conspiracy theories. They're all coming true. I have to make some new ones up.
Okay, well, I'll watch that. We need another white dude on this show. I don't think anybody's thought that. When's the next episode? Get me in there. I'll speak the truth. You should do that. You should raffle away a spot, and then y'all just talk shit to each other. That should be like a July show.
$5,000.
Realistically, $5. Realistically. Okay, Brad, I'm getting out of here. It's 1 a.m. Pro Day is tomorrow, I think, at 9. And I really had every intention of being there. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1 a.m. I mean,
yeah. There's a scrimmage Saturday morning that I will be at for football. And we've got...
Interesting.
I started writing a story that I think y'all are going to like. Be football. Be probably Monday. The anatomy of a football practice as it relates to Willie Fritz. What he does, how he organizes it, what happens. We'll see. It might suck. In which case, it's Brad. Give us your final thoughts. Give me some. Well, first up, give me something on Section 12X. We really haven't talked about them in this episode.
12X. Hopefully, y'all had the gear on tonight. I'd like to put this one on the lack of purchasing of Section 12X, but it wasn't on us.
No.
There was no help in that. But Section 12X been a huge part of the show this year.
Yeah.
I know that they're very thankful for all the customers, everybody sticking with them. It's only going to get better from here. Bigger, more selections. It's hard to say that the gear is going to get better, but it will.
I think you're going to love the stuff that's coming.
It keeps on getting better. So they'll have a lot more stuff for next year, but they still got stuff right now. So go there, section12x.com, buy up everything that they got. And if you help clear out the racks, the sooner we clear it out, the sooner we can get new stuff.
Ryan, might you guest on Summer Sundays with Towns? Or you outie also? I'll be there eventually. I'm going to do all the work on the back end of these damn things. I might as well show up.
He'll be there because
I just redecorated some in the...
He wants to bask in the light. Warm, stupid light.
You know what I am not is a basker. I don't really bask. I do some weird stuff, but not basking. Yeah, but I'll probably do some stuff. I around July 1st, I start getting antsy, and then I think about going to Big 12 Media Days, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. But I might do it this year, actually, and I might do a show or two. We might get some guests on. I would be fascinated to hear Kelvin's perspective in June with a new team. Like, we don't really get to hear that.
When is the portal opens after
the Final
Monday
Four?
Or
I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah.
I guess because the title game's on a Monday and then the next day. It'll be interesting to see the names start trickling in there. I mean, you're starting to see it now. But there's definitely some guys that are of high interest. And here y'all keep an eye out on the socials because we'll have Jamie on here do something.
Jamie has a list already.
Yeah.
And he's got them tiered. So somebody's been doing the work already. And he's definitely very good at that. Football is going to be good this year. I'm going to tell you right now, there are some new guys who will be huge building blocks. And one that I just keep noticing and has impressed me every time I've really focused on is Trent Walker, the new kid from Oregon State, who went to high school in Portland, went to college at Oregon State, came here, experienced humidity really for the first time Tuesday, and was not loving it.
And
like that first time you get punched in the face with it. And he did. He got it.
Poor kid. It's because it's not even humid yet.
Right.
I mean, I was out today. I was like, man, it actually feels really good. It's not humid yet.
Yeah, it was hot.
Like this all the time, it'd be great.
Practice kind of tricked us because it was overcast and there was a little cool wind. I was like, I could do this all day. And then that wind blew the overcast off and it just got hot. And then I could see a layer of pollen on my arms. Like, yeah, I love this city. Hope nobody gets on a moral high horse and decides to make Kelvin wait because of recruit. I would not expect him in the hall this year. I think it would be a happy surprise.
Right.
But, yeah, maybe. Do they look better size-wise? Yes. There are some new players that it's like you fit the mold. You're not ready, but you fit the size mold. And you're going to start somewhere, and they have. Emmanuel's post-game breaks my heart. I have not seen that. I don't know if I'm going to see it in the next day. Let this fester a little bit. It's 1:11, and I just want to say thank you, all of you, for hanging out with us for another year. I think we ended up, and we're still going to go. We're still going to do the Sunday night show through the end of spring football, and then take a week or two off, maybe, and then come back with crazy ass Brad and Jamie and whoever else they have. I think the four Warders guys are going to do through spring football as well. But thank y'all. We did, I think, 60 shows this year. About between Sunday night and Cats football, Cats basketball. And now you added 15 new Four Quarters old man podcasts. You're over 100 podcasts a year. And it's all because y'all hang out and enjoy, ask good questions, make cool comments, say some dumbass stuff every once in a while. But thank you. We don't say that enough. We should, but we appreciate it. This one just feels weird. Yeah, I didn't feel that way last year because you got right to that point. And 2 years ago when Jamal got hurt, okay. Miami was just better than you, but this one doesn't sit right. And we'll see where they go from here. Thank y'all so much for watching once again. We'll be back probably in a week with the Sunday night show. We're not doing it this weekend.
I might.
And
you might need to.
No, I don't think so. Thank y'all so much, and we'll talk to you very soon, but not Sunday. Definitely not Sunday.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.